What's up, you mutts? It's another episode of the Kevin Clancy Show as you hear me crack another fresh, ice-cold Miller Lite. Because Miller Lite's the only thing getting me through the summer. Right now, we are in the dog days of summer. Not only is it hot and unbearable, and that's why you need a nice cold Miller Lite with only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, but you also need Miller Lite to get through the summer takes. Because as the weather heats up, so do the takes. The takes are spicy hot right now because you're in the dog days of the internet where nothing's really going on. We're almost done with basketball. Baseball's not even playing right now. We're in the All-Star break. There's not much sports debate going on. There's not much happening in the world, so you got to fabricate your takes and make them spicy and make them entertaining. And that's where we are today. We got a lot to talk about. We got Stephen A. Smith going off about Shohei Ohtani, and you got the response to his take being even more dramatic than him. You've got the MMA world and the journalists, the nerd journalists being all upset because a fucking TikToker with 100 million followers is getting opportunities that they're not getting. You got some dumb asshole sending tweets about Nigerian basketball. I mean, the takes right now are absolutely unbearable. We'll get into all of them. I'm going to start with Stephen A. Before I get into Stephen A. Smith, the hottest take of all that I saw on the internet this week was simply regarding a little shoot around, just a little basketball take that had the entire internet completely divided on a topic that I didn't even know could have possibly been an issue. That's what I love when I find topics and arguments and debates that I'm like, I didn't even know that anybody disagreed with this. It's rare because I can always play devil's advocate, or I can always see like, oh, I get where, why they were upset or where they're coming from. But every now and then you get hit with something where I'm like, wait, you do what? The first time you find out that some people sit down to wipe and stand up to wipe, and your mind is blown that they do something opposite as you, right? Well, the debate in the basketball world on the internet this week was when you're shooting around, it's two guys, right? You're at the park, you're in the gym, you're shooting around. I'm shooting my jumpers. I make it, I take it. You rebound for me, you kick it out. I keep making it, I keep shooting. If I miss my jumper, what happens next? I thought for sure the entire basketball world was in agreement. This guy grabs a rebound. The guy who just missed his shot cuts to the hoop. The rebounder kicks him a pass. He lays the ball up and then kicks it back out to you for your turn to shoot. And when he misses, I rebound. I give him a pass. You get your layup. Some people call it give me my change. Some people say it's courtesy. I say it's just better basketball. It's just more fun to shoot around that way. When you're shooting around, you're working on your jumper, but what you don't get to do is go to the hole and lay it in, because nobody's going to you don't want to shoot layups when you're shooting around, but you still want to work on that part of your game. So I shoot until I miss, and then when I miss, I get a chance to cut to the hole. I do some reverse layup shit. I get cocky with it. I try to work on my game going to the hole. The rebounder, he gets to work on his passing game, and then he gets me to kick it out so he can come off the elbow into a pass and shoot a jumper. Who wants to just grab a rebound, walk back out to the top of the key, turn, and shoot? It's not how basketball goes. It's so rigid and awful. You want it to be fluid. You want it to flow. I missed the rebound. I kick it to you while you're hitting a layup. I'm going out to the perimeter. It's no wasted time. You're not cutting into my jumpers. And now I get to not only work on my passing game, and you get to work on going to the hole and laying it in, but now I get to shoot a jumper coming around, coming off a pick, catching the pass from you. That's the way to shoot around. That way you work on all aspects of your game. You're shooting, you're rebounding, you're passing, and you're going to the hole. How could you not play that way? But it seems to be the internet's divided. And I thought it was one of those regional things. At first, I thought it was only like a New York, New Jersey, small northeastern thing. Like the people who say Mario and not Mario are also the ones who will give you your layup, will give you your change, will give you your courtesy. But it doesn't seem to just be the Northeast, because there were people from all over. It seems to be more so the Northeast, Boston, Massachusetts, New York. But even there were some people in the Midwest being like, yeah, no, you give them the layup every time. You got to give them the layup. But then there's the other side of people being like, offended by it, being like, you missed the shot and you want a reward for that? No, bro. I'm just going to lay the ball up and you get to pass it to me. Fucking throw it behind the back. Bounce it off your elbow. Kick it like fucking Jason Williams. Do some and one shit. Have some fun with it. Passing's part of the game too. These people who are like, that's a participation trophy to get your layup after a missed shot. Okay, weirdo. We're just fucking shooting around. And I'd like to shoot jumpers, but also go to the hoop and also lay it in and catch some passes and throw some passes. It's just like a way to play a little version of basketball when you only got two guys if you're not playing 21 or playing one-on-one. It was a weird argument. And I will say this. You want to dig your heels in on this idea of like, you miss it, that's it, fine, go ahead, play that way. But you're missing out. Because everything I just described, you cannot deny is a better way to shoot around. You're at the gym or at the park, everything I just described with the rebounding and the passing and the cutting and the give and the go, the layup, the kick out, it's just better. So you can be stubborn if you want, you fucking weirdos from the Midwest or other countries, whatever. Every like John Morant chimed in, said you got to give your man a layup. I had other blue checks, guys, Division I ballers, people in the NBA, everyone being like, yeah, man, you get the layup. So I don't know who these guys are who just rebound and shoot, but that ain't no way to play. So I'm just telling you, take your head out of the sand, play with some change, play with courtesy, give a man a layup after he misses a shot. It'll be a whole new world. It is a whole new world right now when it comes to how you give your sports takes. And that's what's going on with Stephen A. Smith and Shohei Ohtani. Stephen A. Smith went on First Take with the take that Shohei Ohtani cannot be the face of baseball because he doesn't speak English and doesn't use an interpreter. I'm reluctant to like stick up for Stephen A. Smith because ultimately when, the Asian community says like, dude, this was fucked up and it's more harmful than you think and it's hurtful, then that's it. That's all that matters. And Stephen A. Smith owned up to that in his apology. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Stephen A. Smith, talking head, First Take analyst for ESPN, said that Shohei Ohtani is not the true face of baseball and can't be that ultimate superstar because he doesn't speak English and speaks through an interpreter. I got to be honest. I think the outrage on this one is a tad over the top. Like I said, if it's a lot like a lot of the Black Lives Matters issues, like you just listen to the people who are at the heart of the matter, and that's all there is to it. So in this case, like if you tell me that this is really harmful to the Asian community trying to like make a name for themselves in sports and baseball and whatnot, then that's that. But there is some level of truth to like what he's saying. And he didn't say it well because, and if you listen to my 1 Minute Man, you'll understand it. He's on a hot take show where you just give your 1 minute soundbite and you just argue and talk shit and yell and be entertaining. And that's fine, by the way. That's why he gets $12 million. And that's why people watch and people listen. And he causes controversy most of the time on topics that are harmless. But when all of a sudden you take that style of entertainment and sprinkle in a sensitive situation where you're talking about racism and ethnicities and cultural differences and all that stuff, you can't do those topics in that style. And so that's the real problem here with Stephen A. Smith. It's not that he's racist. It's not that he's hateful. It's that he made his bed as a hot take artist. And now when, you're on First Take and you got 3 minutes to make your point and you're talking about a topic that probably needs 33 minutes, well, it's going to happen. And I don't think there's anything wrong with let me rephrase that. Stephen A. Smith is one of the GOATs, one of the all-time greats. And it's not that I think Skip Bayless is like the ultimate troll hot take artist because a lot of times the shit he says, he doesn't even believe. Stephen A. Smith is wildly entertaining while still maintaining some truth to what he's saying, and he can talk about his issues of substance. And I don't think he's ever saying anything he doesn't really believe in. I just think when he commits to something, he goes over the top, and that's why he's wildly entertaining and goes viral and been around as long as he has. But if this was if he was still writing a column for the Philadelphia Inquirer and had, a couple thousand words to flesh out his thoughts, or if he was on the Sports Reporters back in the day, remember that with Dick Schaap and Jeremy Schaap, where, it was like, these are columnists who are accredited journalists who are going to speak about facts and have, rational discussion. If he was on that, probably would have gone better. Because I do think he can. It's not that he's like incapable of talking about, nuanced discussions. He was just doing it on a show where you really can't. And it blew up in his face. And he doubled down on it. He was like, I'm not talking about like the game of baseball. The game of baseball is fine and it's thriving. We're just talking about him personally, all this other shit that just missed the mark, and ultimately just came up with a mea culpa that was just like, I'm not going to talk about what my intent was. I'm not going to say what I was trying to do, which is great. Cause that's always been my take. I believe that intent absolutely matters, but when you step in it, playing the intent card is like, well, we don't care what your fucking intent was. You fucked up. And I mean, that's what happened with the Nigeria tweet that I put out this week. So USA basketball, we'll get back to Ohtani in a second, but it ties in nicely to the shitstorm that I went through this weekend. USA basketball lost to Nigeria in Olympic play. And I mean, Nigeria is a team that we beat by like 60 points last time we played. And this time around, Nigeria beats us. Anytime America has lost in international play to a country that's supposed to be, stereotypically far inferior to us in sports, I have sent a rude, obnoxious tweet joking around about, how America is better than those countries. And I say it all started with Honduras. I said, we lost to Honduras in soccer. Do they even have food there? Just a stupid, I'm American, we're the best, talking down to these other developing countries. And I said it about Honduras. I said it about Serbia when we lost to Honduras in soccer, Serbia in basketball. There was another time as well. I can't remember. And then most recently with Nigeria. So I crafted a tweet that was like a callback to those tweets that have happened over the years. This is like a 10-year running bit, started in like 2013. And like, it's not, it's not something I like put thought into and think is hilarious and write I'm like writing a comedy set around it. It's just a fucking stupid tweet that we've thrown out there that over the years, like it started a feud with a bunch of Honduran people on Twitter that was like Honduran wanted to kill me. And it was like, I put together blogs with all the screenshots of the tweets. And Serbia, I mean, I had like the like head of the embassy of Serbia and US relations tweeting at me. Like it's always been good for blog fodder, for old school Barstool blog fodder. And the game has just changed. And the reason I didn't just send the tweet is because I was like, I got to at least soften it a little bit because it's not, the world has changed. But I just shouldn't have sent it at all because that shit went mega viral and was getting a lot of negative attention. And at this point with Barstool, how big it's become, how many mouths we're feeding, how much money's on the line, and how much, career reputations are on the line. Like, stupid off the cuff tweets or like long time running jokes that were funny 10 years ago that, just don't fly in this world anymore. I personally still think that, that's my type of humor. That's my sense of humor. It's always going to be, but it's just not one that you can put out there anymore. My thought on it is always like the intent is never to hurt anybody. It's not racist. I've done it to all different ethnicities in all different countries. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, you're just an asshole to everybody. So I am a firm believer in like intent matters, but when you miss the mark as badly as I did with that tweet or as badly as Stephen A. Smith did with his take, then it doesn't matter. It's like manslaughter. It's like I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. Well, somebody fucking ended up dead. You're going to pay the price for it. So it's kind of like internet manslaughter is what's going on with me and Stephen A. Smith and things of those nature. It's like, yeah, you didn't intend to hurt anybody, but you ended up doing it. So now you got to got to speak up on it. So the thing about the Ohtani take is, as always, the pendulum swinging back the other way and the reaction to the initial tweet, comment, take, whatever, I think is far more dramatic. And that, like, what's going on with Stephen A. Smith right now, there are just some stone cold facts about your popularity. When you're talking about the face of baseball, you're talking about the player who is not only the best on the field, but the most popular off the field. And that's why baseball's had a problem with this for years, because their best star, if it was who's the best in baseball, everybody knows the answer. It's been Mike Trout for a decade. But the problem is we're talking about the face of baseball, and he's not funny or cool or talkative or has a big persona. And so they're like, who's the face of baseball? Because we got this guy who's great, but nobody like gives a shit. Nobody sees him because he's not in the postseason and he doesn't do these interviews and he doesn't do appearances and all that stuff. So they're like scrambling for one. They're dying for one. And the talking heads in the middle of the summer need to have some segment. So they're arguing about who it is. And within that world of talking about who's marketable and who's popular, in this country, being able to speak the language does help it. I mean, at one point, Stephen A. Smith says it doesn't help that, and then he went on to say it in a manner that he said, doesn't help that the number one face is a dude who you need an interpreter to know what the hell he's saying. If he had just said it doesn't help his cause to be as popular as he can be in America, because we're not going to see him we're not going to hear him in interviews. We're not going to see him making appearances on SNL. We're not going to see him on Jimmy Kimmel and Fallon. We're not going to see him on Good Morning America because he's not speaking the language. I mean, that I would have to imagine if he fleshed that out a little more and spoke a little more, slowly and appropriately and all that, that would have to be accepted. No, can we not admit that much? We can't say that in America, you will be less popular if you don't speak the language. I don't think that's racist. I don't think that's xenophobic. He's a fucking megastar over in Japan because of it. And many places around the world that are multilingual and whatnot, they probably love him even more. But Stephen A. Smith's take was within America, if you speak the language, if you don't speak the language, it doesn't help your popularity. It doesn't help the cause. I don't think that's crazy. Now, the way he kind of worded it, I don't know what the hell he's saying. I think at one point he said it harms the game. Just took it too far. And that's what I was saying about his first take, hot take, style. He made his bed. Now he's got to sleep in it. It's like you tried to apply that at the end of the day, Stephen A. Smith persona. He tried to apply that to a topic that needed to be calm, quiet, and rational. And so that's why he's fucked. But like the reaction, I think, is kind of over the top. I mean, fucking Jeff Passan they came on First Take later that day. I don't know why Jeff Passan was the guy to go talk to. They had June Lee on. Let's hear from him. Let's hear from an Asian American. Let's hear from someone who knows. Jeff Passan went up there and said that ESPN should not be trafficking in ignorance. I think it was. Bro, what? Like, fucking calm down. And Stephen A. Smith put up a good apology. Once he was convinced he was wrong, his apology I thought was great. Took a little time, and that's how you know. Was it fully sincere? Probably not. Was it more covering his own ass? Probably, but he's a professional, and he worded it well. But, I mean, then to come up and be like, he's trafficking in ignorance, and ESPN shouldn't do that. It's like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't like Jeff Passan. I fucking hate his guts, so maybe I'm just biased when it comes to that. I figured out when I saw him at the All-Star game or at the Home Run Derby, and I realized he was the size of Tim Kurkjian. I think it all started to make more sense. He's a dude who I've hated since we had a run-in on Twitter. If you follow baseball Twitter, there's a guy named Pitching Ninja who tweets about pitchers and has GIFs of like breaking balls and pitching overlays and all this cool shit where baseball nerds love to see the mechanics of pitching. And so Pitching Ninja, this is so stupid. I can't believe Pitching Ninja tweeted out a GIF of Noah Syndergaard. I retweeted that GIF. And then I posted my own tweet using that GIF with just a better caption because Pitching Ninja, God bless him, is a great baseball pitching analyst, but his caption wasn't that funny. And that's more what I do. So I gave him the retweet and then I used the GIF for my own tweet and he went nuts. Pitching Ninja did not like that, accused me of stealing his shit. And I was like, bro, I don't know. Those are the rules of Twitter in my mind. You got the retweet and now I'm using, the video you made of a GIF that you found or created of a guy pitching. No. So Jeff Passan got involved and I kind of was like, I don't remember initially what I said to Jeff, but he came back over the top. And this was right after everything went down with my marriage falling apart publicly. And he we're talking about baseball gifts. And he was like, that's why, you cheated on your wife or some shit like that. And I was like, whoa, dude. Whoa. I mean, listen, it's the internet. It's the Twitter streets. You can go as fucking nuclear as you want. But we're sitting here arguing over baseball gifts and you're going to go with the low blow like that. So, I mean, I'm sure some people loved it. If you hated me, you probably loved Jeff Passan going with the low blow there. I was like, go fuck yourself, dude. That guy's dead to me for life. But I always wondered, I was like, why the fuck Like, that was wildly personal. Like, I've never even interacted with this dude. We have one little run-in about a fucking baseball gift, and next thing you know, you're talking about like my ex-wife and kids. I was like, Jesus Christ. But then I saw a picture of him, or I saw him on camera at the home run derby, and I saw that he was the same size as Tim Kurkjian, and it all started to make sense. Tim Kurkjian is like everybody's favorite little guy, and he plays into it so well, and he's like lovable, and he's like our little baseball gnome. And then there's Passan, who I think clearly has like the small man syndrome. So fuck Jeff Passan from me personally, but also fuck him for like that approach of like, hey, trafficking and ignorance. It's like, I mean, I think Stephen A. Smith has been around long enough that I don't think anybody thinks of him as an outward racist. No one's calling him hateful, harmful. Like, probably spoke too fast and loose about a topic that needed some care and some delicate talk, but ultimately was saying shit that I think is, if we're not going to be, virtue signaling, and we're not going to be over the top dramatic about it, I think there's some truth to what he's saying. It's like, we just watched UFC, right? We just saw Conor McGregor, who was a guy who rose to the level of like the number one figure in sports and the most profitable because of his ability to grab a mic and go viral and talk that shit, be funny, trash talk your opponent, crack jokes, relate, interview, talk to Rogan, all that shit. You lose a lot of that, if not all of it, when you're talking through an interpreter or can't engage at all. So, like, that is just a fact. Again, to take it to where he took it and explain it in the manner he did, you're not going to win any points. And as I said, ultimately, if Ohtani and his fans and Asian American analysts and fans back home and all that shit are like, no, this is really detrimental to the cause, that's all that matters. But I just hate to see people condemning Stephen A. Smith more. It's like, if you want to say like insensitive with his analysis, okay, but like trafficking in ignorance. But hey, I mean, I guess that's been my experience with Jeff Passan's always over the top dramatics, but that's just the way of the world now. And I feel like, you got to adjust. That's why I stopped getting all bent out of shape about most cancel culture stuff, because it was just like, this is the way it's going to be. This is how the new world operates. And so get on board. And that's the same way I feel about this Addison Rae drama with the MMA world. It's the way of the world now, as is wearing Mizzen and Main. Mizzen and Main clothes when you need to look sharp, when you need to be at your best, when you got an event, when you want to look good on camera, when you want to take pictures, you're doing it for the gram. Mizzen and Main. They got button-up shirts, they've got polos, they've got high quality, casual, comfortable, stylish clothes, nice collars, nice crisp, all made in comfortable materials. At this point in my life, I don't put on anything that's not comfortable. Everybody knows that about me. I would not endorse something. I wouldn't endorse like a starchy, uncomfortable button-up shirt. Mizzen and Main, they don't do that. During the summer, it's hot. You don't want to be sweating. You want to wear something that's light and airy. You got the moisture-wicking button-ups and polos from Mizzen and Main. They're going to keep you looking stylish and feeling nice and cool. And right now, you can get 15% off when you go to mizzenandmain.com and use promo code Clancy. That's Mizzen, M-I-Z-Z-E-N, and Main, MIAN.com. Use promo code Clancy. Get this 4-way stretch with the moisture wicking, wrinkle resistant, machine washable, all of that, lightweight, easy to wear, and you'll look sharp with 15% in your pocket when you use the promo code Clancy at mizzenandmain.com. Had Stephen A. Smith not calmed down, I think the outrage machine would have been all about Addison Rae and MMA. It was UFC 264. And Addison Rae is from the same hometown as Dustin Poirier and was supposed to do some sort of little internet vignette, probably, a little like red carpet interview, a little like, hey, we're from the same hometown, probably like a 2-minute hit. She's going to ask him some questions. UFC gets to expose themselves to a brand new, younger demo. Get into more females, get into more teenagers who are the demo that's on the rise and eventually going to be the demographic you want, spending their money on your product. And it's a win-win for everybody. And as soon as she put up a picture of herself at the UFC step and repeat holding a UFC mic, the MMA journalists and sports journalists of the world lost their fucking minds, saying she didn't deserve it. Now, I'm going to explain to you how I think this is the way the world works and why everyone should just shut the fuck up and why people like Addison Rae do deserve shots like this over people who, I don't give a fuck that you have a 4-year journalism degree. But I will say the problem here, 2 problems. One, her tweet was an asshole tweet. She put all the heat on herself when she said, I had like 3 months of studying for this moment right here, whatever it was. I've been studying or working at this for 3 months building up to this moment. I can't remember the exact wording, but basically acknowledging that she is not a professional in the field and doesn't have the training and didn't put in the work and was still going to get the shot. So that was an asshole move. And also the problem here is that obviously Addison Rae and UFC MMA are like opposite ends of the spectrum. That's why it's a good idea, because you're going to get a whole new demo and you're going to get a whole new fan base if it goes well. But diehards of the MMA world don't want to hear shit from the TikToking dancing girl. So it's not the perfect fit, and it certainly was a bad tweet to put the picture out. But at the end of the day, a girl who has 100 million followers is going to get opportunities that the fucking schmuck fresh out of school isn't going to get. That's the way of the fucking world. Nobody gives a shit about your sports communication journalism degree. The very first thing we do at Barstool, when people are like, can I get a job at Barstool? I'll send you my resume, and here's like what I went to school for. I don't give a fuck. I'm not looking at any of that. The first thing I'm looking at is like, can you make content? Show me some content that you can make. Do you have a following? Can you move the needle? Do you have influence? And if you have all that, then let's fucking go. And Addison Rae has that more than like anybody in the world. That's what's crazy. That's what's nuts. It's like, it's not just like some TikToker or some online personality. It's like the one. And yeah, if you're my age, you don't know it. And if you refuse to accept like the TikTok superstars of the world, you don't know who she is and you hate her. It doesn't matter that you don't. A huge portion of the demographic and the world that like these leagues and businesses need to reach love these people. So I don't know, you can stick your head in the sand, or you could be the old man yelling at the cloud, or you can be, whatever euphemism you want to use for the people who can't accept change. But Addison Rae is like the one. So if, and like these people were acting like she was going to sit next to Joe Rogan and call the fight. People were acting like she got a title shot. She was going to do like a 2-minute fucking interview with the guy because they're from the same hometown. She never even got to do it because UFC like terminated whatever agreement they had before it could even happen with 24 hours of outrage. It's the entitlement because you went to journalism school. Well, hate to break it to you, you made the wrong choice. You spent a bunch of money. You took out student loans. You wasted 4 years of your life sitting in a classroom, reading from a textbook, listening to an outdated, probably incorrect professor, when you could have spent 4 years on the internet, building up your online presence, building up your following, and working at it like Addison Rae did. I know you don't think that dancing in front of a camera is work. And I'm not saying that this girl is, out here on the internet coal mines, like, we are grinding it out, but she's like, it's like the Kardashians. Like they created an empire around their popularity, which maybe initially was given to them for, because you're hot, because you had sex, because you dance, whatever. But after that, you become a machine of marketing and promoting and growing and networking and all that shit. Like Addison Rae and her mom and her family, they've been dance stars and dance moms and like looking for that fame for a long time. They know what the fuck they're doing. They are a business. They are an enterprise. And you might not respect it or know it, but they are like the tops when it comes to internet influence. So you're trying to stay relevant. You're trying to stay digital. You're trying to reach new masses. Like that's the girl to do it, man. That's the way to like if UFC can share in her fan base and she shares in theirs and like opposite ends of the spectrum, that's how to work it. And I can't believe that some people don't understand. And I get bent out of shape because it happened with us, and it still does to this day. But initially, when we were first blogging, we had the Mike Wilbons of the world and the newspaper journalists of the world being like, bloggers? Like, they don't deserve this attention. They don't deserve these followers. They don't deserve this money. And like, the fuck we don't. It's a free market, basically. It's like, if we didn't, it's like if you were the inventor of Facebook, you would have invented Facebook. If we don't deserve all the attention and followers and fans, then we wouldn't have it. You spend your time writing like out of touch, outdated columns about, antiquated sports takes. You're obsolete. And we come along and we do it in a relatable, funny, entertaining way. And that's what people like. The world changed. And it's changed once again to like, we like fucking 15-second videos on social media. And I think what's happening here, I think the reason why people can't get behind TikTok is also the same reason, like the rap world and the internet world are very similar in my mind. When there was a take a few months ago about Young Thug versus Jay-Z, and the younger generation was like, yeah, like you put on Jay-Z at a party, like you're a fucking loser. Young Thug's where it's at. And fans like myself, people grew up on Jay-Z, people grew up on hip hop in like the 90s and like that golden era of hip hop, were like appalled because like, what do you mean Jay-Z is like the fucking coolest dude ever? Because rap was such a new genre that this is the first time in history that rap has been old enough to be lame. It's now rap, Jay-Z, and that era of music is now what your dad listens to. And the young kids coming up are like, my dad listens to Jay-Z. That's not cool. That's not what we're putting on at the party. That's not what's on at the bar, because that shit is like 30 years old. And it's the first time that rap had been around long enough to be 30 years old. That's the same thing. That's the same thing with the internet. People my age, the millennials, the elder millennials, we came up with the internet. We were on the cutting edge. We were the first ones in like AOL and using chat rooms and then getting on Facebook and MySpace and social media. And now it's old enough that the first people on the internet are lame. You're not cutting edge anymore. People my age are washed up. Even though we were like the ones who like started this, digital revolution or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's now like 20, 25, 30 years old. So when someone when we're like, it's hard for me, and I would imagine other people as well, to accept the fact that like, I don't know who, I do know it a little bit more just because it's like my job. My friends and the people my age who aren't doing this for a living, they don't know who Addison Rae is. They don't know who Charlie D'Amelio is. They don't know who the Sway House is and Josh Richards and TikTok and all that shit. And it's strange for us because we've always been like, yes, I do know what is going on the internet. I do know about this new thing. I know about chat roulette. I know about the new app that dropped. I know about where everybody is going and talking, and I know I'm always on the cutting edge. And now you're not, and you just can't accept that. The same way that you're old and lame for listening to Jay-Z and you can't wrap your mind around it, you're old and lame for not knowing fucking Addison Rae. You're old and lame for thinking that your 4-year journalism degree means a fucking thing. You're getting devoured by the real world, by the new world. That's it. And you just stamp your feet and complain until the girl basically essentially gets fired. She didn't have a job per se, but she had an opportunity and she didn't earn it in the traditional way that you think you should earn it. If you're gonna have anything to do with an MMA broadcast, a UFC pay-per-view, you should study the fight game and go to the school and learn how to. No, this is an entertainment product. It's a pay-per-view. We're trying to get people to buy more pay-per-views. And if I put this person on who has not worked in a traditional sense of I know MMA and I know this product well, but I've worked in my own world to grow a fan base and grow a following, and we're going to try to tap into that. She's earned that. She didn't fucking go study with the rest of these MMA hardos, but she was over here doing something else. The same way, that's why I say at Barstool, it's like, I don't give a shit about your 4-year journalism degree, because there were people like Bob Fox who spent those 4 years making t-shirts and writing blogs. And they're the reason that's the reason why he gets to go sit with McGregor and go sit with Dana White, because he spent his time focusing on the right things that make you relevant in the world today. And so did Addison Rae. And I know that, people my age can't accept that, but it's the same way you can't accept Jay-Z being old. You are old. You are washed up. And it's the first time you've been old enough. And it's the first time that all of our likes and interests and the things that we did were always cutting edge. Rap was the new genre, and like the clothing and the styles were the new cutting edge shit. And the computer and the internet were like the new thing. And we did all of that. And now that's all old and lame. So nobody gives a fuck about like working hard. Like the amount of people, when people like, I have my journalism degrees, like so do 60 bazillion other people. That doesn't mean shit. You don't get guaranteed a job or achieving your dreams because you studied it in school. Oh, all right. So you sat in your fucking classroom hungover for, 4 years, and now you think you deserve something because of that? Get the fuck out of here. And the people who didn't just sit there hungover and actually worked at it and became great at it, they probably are the ones who will end up in the real spot on MMA, that you will be calling the fighter. You will be the actual ringside reporter, not the fucking TikTok girls doing a 2-minute video. And so those people rise to the top. The same way that the Addison Raes of the world, there's a million pretty girls. There's 1,000 hot chicks who are dancing who don't blow up. There's 1,000 girls who are on TikTok doing the same dances, doing the same things, who aren't super popular, because Addison Rae or the Kim Kardashians of the world have the X factor, have the business sense to do it in a way that separates them from the pack. And so those are the people that get opportunities. And I just can't even fucking believe that you have to explain it. And then the fact that you cry until that you get that opportunity taken away from somebody, and it's not going to get given to you. It's not like they said, you know what, scrap the Addison Rae thing. Go get me the person who with the best sports journalism GPA right now, because they really earned it. No, they just scrapped the whole fucking idea because it wasn't worth the headache of you goddamn crybabies. So it wasn't like there's one person who lost their job for this. It was just a girl who's from the same hometown. It was even more nepotism. It was just, hey, I'm from Poirier's hometown. I have a lot of followers. Can we do something? So we just ruined that opportunity for nothing. Just to be able to say, like, because I don't like that she got that gig. Oh, fuck out of here. It's not like we're going to hand it over to the journalist majors of the world. You're never going to get that gig. You're just a loser. You're not going to get the opportunity. And maybe if you had a following and were intriguing and interesting, then maybe you would. So like, just get with the fucking times. Throw your degree in the goddamn garbage. Stop crying about it. It's like, it's again, it's the, if you were the inventor of Facebook, you would make Facebook. It's like, they don't deserve it. Like they do, because they have eyeballs and they make money and they generate interest. And that's what matters in the world of entertainment. So maybe stop crying about your journalism degree and start doing more of those things. And then when you have a good following and the acumen and the smarts, you will beat out someone like Addison Rae. And that's probably the people who are already on the broadcast. And the people who are sitting at home, you're just not fucking talented. You're just losers. And you're just crying, ruining someone else's time. Someone said to me, like, this is the system working. They wanted to give her the job. There was backlash. They pulled it. And so the girl who didn't, know MMA didn't get the job. That's the system working. No, that's a bunch of people crying about the system, wishing the old system was still the system. No. There's a new system in place, and people just cried about it until the UFC said, all right, never fucking mind. But guess what? Next pay-per-view and the pay-per-view after that, and then 10 pay-per-views after that, it's going to be, there's not going to be a like, oh, we don't want the backlash. They're going to say, this is how we fucking do it now, because this is how you keep up, and this is how you stay relevant. This is how you stay young, and this is how you adapt or die. And the losers crying at home, they can just go become obsolete, go die, because the people of the world who are dominating the internet, they get the opportunities. I cannot believe it's even fucking, I have to explain that. Yeah, she's a mega superstar. Just like Millie Bobbie Brown, everybody's favorite America's sweetheart actress from Stranger Things. We're going to bring in Kelly Keegs now to talk about this. This is some dark, weird shit. Millie Bobbie Brown dating an older guy who's 20 while she was 16. And he went on Instagram Live. I mean, it got messy from a girl who like we've all watched and seen on like the, the feel good kids show, and she was the heroine, and we watched her grow up before our eyes, and you almost like we're rooting for her to be like the normal child star who didn't go through the drama and didn't go through the pain. And it just seems inevitable that if you are a famous kid, it's just gonna all come crumbling down. Unfortunately, it seems to be going the way for Millie Bobbie Brown, and I figured nobody better to talk about it than Kelly Keegs. So back half of this podcast is brought to you by Roman. You want to have the best sex life you could possibly have with a consenting adult, with people of age, with a healthy, happy, normal, well-adjusted sex life. You want to maximize that? Roman is the place you go. As a man, there is no better website that can help your sexual performance, your mental health, your hygiene, everything you need to perform your best as a male, from condoms and medicines and prescriptions, all the way down to their Roman swipes, which are their medicated swipes that numb you up just a little bit so that you can last longer in bed. For years, we just were like, you know what was a cruel little twist from God? He was like, we're going to make sex the best thing in the world. We're going to make men and women alike focus on it so much so that it can control and consume them. But the irony of it all is it's going to only last like 2 minutes because it's so good that men's dicks just can't handle it. Ain't that some shit? This thing that I just want to do all day, every day. Well, you can only do it for like 30 seconds at a time. Well, fuck you, God. Nope. We're coming in with science. No more religion. We're coming in with science. And the FDA has approved these medicated swipes that numb your dick just a little bit so you can still feel it and enjoy it, but you last that much longer, which means that he or she gets off and you get off and everybody goes home happy. And you can get all of these things. Doesn't require a prescription, but you can get all of the prescriptions, non-prescriptions, the medicines, the supplements, anything you need at Roman. When you go to getroman.com/Clancy, you can get the first month of swipes for just $5. $5 for swipes that are going to change your sex life. Go to getroman.com/Clancy today. Let's talk to Kelly Keegs about Millie Bobbie Brown. What's up, bitch?
Nothing.
It's just me and my bitch, Kelly Keegs. What's up, girl?
Oh, I'm just so happy to be here, Kevin. How are you? What's going on with you?
Just the same old, just content. I was like, I got to get the scoop on what the fuck is going on with Millie Bobbie Brown. So I called Kelly for the details. And then I was like, wow, I might as well just have her do it on the podcast, and why cut out the middleman? So we got to talk about that. You've decompressed from Barstool versus America now, or is it still like, because you're in the house, that's the prize. So it's not really ending yet. Like, it's still going because you're still living the final prize of the show.
Yeah, it's not quite over yet. The like PTSD I have from it sometimes is a little crazy. Like, for example, in the house, there are like branded pillows and things.
Yeah.
Have been branded to like the Barstool Shore House, which is great. But there are a few that have snuck in there that say Barstool versus America, and they're definitely from the RV. And so every once in a while I'll be turning a corner and I'll look at the pillow and it's like versus America, and I get flashbacks. I gotta do some shit. But no, I mean, the house is, I have a beautiful tan. I was there all last week. It was wonderful. And so I really can't complain.
These are things that I always wanted to do for Barstool, and now they're happening, and I'm old and I'm washed up and I have kids and I have responsibilities. I would have loved a Barstool sponsored and paid for share house. I would have loved a Barstool event at the Parker House. I would have loved VIP treatment at Bar A. To go to Bar A and not have to show 3 passports, a social security card, your face ID, and your fingerprints would be a fucking dream come true. And now it's all happening and it's too late for me. It's like a bad episode of The Twilight Zone.
Kevin, I don't like want to rub it in your face, but I'm like a few years behind you in terms of partying on the Jersey Shore, but I feel like we lived like the same life, but just I was a couple years later than you. Mm-hmm. And so being able to do all of this shit right now, like to go to Bar A and spin the shot wheel, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I was spinning the shot wheel. I was allowed to go up on the up on the stage and pretend like I'm putting on my own fucking concert. Like, I've never had like that. Like, I've tagged along with people for VIP treatment. It's never been like about me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, oh, it's like, this is for me. Like, what do you mean? You know who I am? Like, people are excited to see me. They're not annoyed by me. Oh, it's a true dream come true.
What would have happened? One day we're going to have to do the full behind the blog for you, because
Mhm.
you know, you were hustling and scrapping to get this job for technically like 10 years, but probably like legitimately trying for like 5.
Yeah,
And then
6.
you
But
finally got it, 6.
yeah.
If you didn't, I think you'd be dead by now.
No, I don't think I would have
I think
survived.
you'd be
Like
at the bottom of the Hudson. I think you would have jumped right off the George
honestly,
Washington.
honestly, like it's been like 7 months full time. And like that would December time, if I didn't know that I was like going to be asked to be full time in January, then I don't know if I would have made it to January. Like
No,
20
I don't think
would have been my last year. It would have been my last hurrah, the end. I can't deal with it anymore. So I'm pretty thankful for it. Things are on the up. That's for sure.
But are you also settling in now where you're like, okay, I mean, got the dream job.
Mhm.
So that's good. Not at the bottom of the Hudson, but
Yeah.
also like the dream job comes with, you know, I got to go on a fucking reality show and swim in a fucking vat of Jello. And I got to like live in an RV for 10 days. I got to have my whole private life's on blast now. You're
Yeah.
getting bonked by the internet.
Uh-huh. That all that stuff is honestly not that bad. Like again, it's nothing compared to like where I really think that I would be mentally. But I think that the problem I'm having right now is making sure I keep some parts of my life like not like that Barstool doesn't take over my life, because I
Yeah.
was so excited for it for so long, and I want to be doing all these things all the time. Like I say yes to everything. Like I'm just so pumped to be involved that I will start to neglect other parts of my life. Like my like I say all the time, my real life friends, but that's what they are, I guess.
Right,
Like
right,
friends that I made organically.
Yes.
They are all like, where the hell have you been? Like, what's going on? Like, you got to call us. Like, what's happening? I'm like, I know. I'm just so I always call like the Barstool office the Bermuda Triangle. Like I go in there on a Monday, and then all of a sudden it spits me back out on a Friday, and I don't know what the fuck happened.
Dude,
and all of a
it's
sudden
so
like,
true, and more so for me professionally than socially. Again, just because I'm older and a bit removed and all that shit, so it's not like my social life revolves around it, but it's like, I mean, I've just dedicated my life to Barstool for 10 straight years, and like, you know, obviously the marriage and then kids, and like I probably wouldn't hang out with my friends much anymore anyway, because we're just all older now and move away, and kids and families and shit. But it certainly has, you know, there's been dozens of times where I've been like, I could go to dinner, but you know, I don't know, I got to go do this live stream, or I got to go do this thing or whatever. And it can like absolutely consume your life. It's tough. It's like, woe is me, champagne problems, the tiniest violin. But when you like work, either if you like work, or if you're lucky enough to work in a job where what you put in, you get out. Like, you can work hard when you're at a fucking insurance sales firm. It doesn't matter, you know. But here, you put in more hours, you make more money, you get more fans, you get more success. So it's always alluring to be like, I mean, yeah, I could go sit at the bar with my buddies, or I could go work, and they'll understand. I could always call them up 6 months from now. But eventually, it's like, oh, dude, it's been like 4 years. I haven't, you know.
Literally, that's like how I feel. Like I've done an okay job of making sure things are even, like literally just now. I just got home I met my friend who is getting her nails done. Like, I'm not even getting my nails done, but I knew that she was an hour. And I was like, I'm going to go catch up with you quick before I have to come home, and I'm doing this other thing like in a little while. And then you call me, and I'm like, of course I'm going to do this. So I pushed that. I was like, let's push that 30 minutes. I'd rather do this. And I'm like, that's just, you know what I mean? Like,
this is the perfect example, because
fun,
I called you, and I was like, before, you know, you could even say hello. I was like, do you want to do a podcast? And you're like, yeah, sure. Tomorrow. And I was like, no, like, I got to get it out to, you know, it's got to be out tomorrow. And then you were like, okay, later tonight. And I was like, can we do it like right now? Like, the fact that I just called you and was like, yeah, I'm going to do a podcast with Kelly immediately right now with zero notice. And I knew it was going to happen, and we're doing it now. Is a testament to like, it's just not healthy. It's not.
It's so bad. It's so, that's what I'm saying. It's like, whatever. But honestly, you called, and I was like, this is either going to be a fun gossip conversation, or he's going to ask me to do something, and I'm going to say, I'm going to stay on the phone for either of them. And whatever happens is Kevin now has my attention for the next at least hour. So,
well, all right. So then let's get into gossip, because that's what we do. So pour yourself some wine, crack a Miller Lite, whatever it is that you do, pinkies up. It's time to gossip with Kelly. And by the way, stunned at how well right now we are giving and taking on the conversation. There's been no talking over each other at all yet.
It's unbelievable. Can I tell you, I'm making a real effort to not talk over you.
It's so hard.
I want to do it so many times. I'm trying so hard not to. That's like a new thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to let other people talk.
It's so hard. It's like
so hard.
When I do it, when I have a guest on that I really like respect or almost fear in a way, and I'm like nervous, I'll shut up. And then I realize the difference where I'm like, I have not said a word in 45 seconds. This is crazy.
It's like I want to give myself a round of applause every single time. Like, wow, I'm allowing someone else to have an opinion. That's crazy.
But I don't do it out of like, no, you're stupid. My opinion is more important. Half the time I'm agreeing or adding to it. Like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. One time this happened to me, and I'm like helping your argument. And that's just, I think one of the things I've realized that took me too long to come to the conclusion, or maybe I'm just, maybe this is just me rationalizing so I don't feel bad about it. But I feel like I learned much later that there are people, there's very few people who act like we act when you talk and when you have conversations. It's like, it's very East Coast, specifically New York. And then like 99% of the people listening to you are from the Midwest or from another country or from a place where they don't talk this way and don't act this way. So it comes across as like, dude, you are just interrupting constantly, when it's like, I've never had a guest be like, dude, you couldn't let me get a word in. They're like, it was always a good conversation. It was back and forth. It was flowing. Right. You were interjecting. You were jumping in. I was jumping in. So I guess when you listen to it, it's different. But you gotta remember that sometimes, some like slow, happy, relaxed person from a tiny town is listening, being like, these two don't shut the fuck up. Honestly, but that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. And that's how I talk with any friend that I've ever had. All we do is sit in a room and talk over each other. Like my dad for years has made jokes saying like, whenever you're with your friends, it's like, who can talk the loudest? Like who can talk over each other? That's always how it's been. And then even with my college friends who are from like the South and kind of all over the place, I guess it's sort of like that, but we still just yell over each other. Like I have somehow found so many people that react and speak the same way that I do, that I never think it's weird until I am in a situation like this where I have to like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking over somebody. I just want to like, I think my problem is that I want to make sure that I get all the thoughts out before someone else does. Like I'm almost like, I'm having these thoughts and I need them said before like you say them, because then if you say them, I'll be like, I thought that same thing. And how many times can I say, I thought that same thing? I just want to make sure that my thoughts are original. I swear. Like it's so stupid. It's so
but
dumb.
It really is like, it's just, it's more like excitable, and it's not like I'm sure it comes across that way, but we'll see how long this lasts. We're talking Millie Bobbie Brown today. I don't even know quite how to approach this one. Millie Bobbie Brown she's now 16, or she was dating this guy when she was 16?
She's now 17.
Now 17, and at the age of 16 was dating this dude, Hunter Echo. Is that how I say it? Echo?
That's his handle. It's like he's got like a long last name.
Okay, so this dude Hunter, who is a total hunter. If you've ever seen Too Hot to Handle, he seems like a guy who should be on Too Hot to Handle, who would break all the rules in the first night and finger a girl and get fined $7,000.
1,000%.
So this dude is 20, and he was dating Millie Bobbie Brown, who, if you don't know, is 11 from Stranger Things, when she was 16, and went on Instagram Live. So people started
TikTok Live, I think. Was it?
Okay, yeah, in TikTok Live.
I saw that it was TikTok, which I think is another. A lot of shit happens on TikTok Live that like goes under the radar.
Yes,
like, people
until someone screen records and posts it on Instagram or.
Oh no, sorry, you're absolutely correct.
It was IG, right?
Live. In an Instagram Live, the TikTok creator. Sorry, you're correct.
Okay, so I guess people started accusing him of grooming her and sexual assault type stuff with consent age issues and statutory rape and that kind of shit. And he went on Instagram Live clearly fucked up with all of his friends, venting about, the one line that really jumped out was, I guess it's one of his friends, this girl off camera, was like, oh, she's a minor. Well, that minor knows how to suck dick. And he's like, yeah, she does. So, it's a 20-year-old adult male talking about an underage girl, bragging about getting his dick sucked by her and joking about it and talking condescendingly about her. They talked about her putting things up his ass. There's an NDA agreement that he signed that Millie Bobbie Brown's parents had him sign when they started dating. So it's like the parents knew this was happening. It's a whole fucked up situation with like America's sweetheart. And like, you kind of knew this day would come, not this day, but you knew the day would come that it grows up. The first time she popped up on Instagram with makeup and her hair done, and everyone was like, oh my God, that's our little 11. That was fucked up enough. Now we're like, unfortunately, hearing about her sex life and finding out all these like grisly details. It's not good, Kelly. Not good for anybody. Like, nobody wins in this situation.
No, it's not. It's bad all around. And this has also been an issue. She's mentioned now in the same breath as like Olivia Rodrigo, who is also dating an older man who's like 24, I think.
A lot of these Billie Eilishes, Lord had, like, a lot of people, a lot of girls are young and dating
like that. So they're all being talked about together right now if you look in the news. But they just because it's like a little like there's all that those. I personally don't think they are blurred lines, because I think that these girls are so young and these guys are so much older. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like 18 and 16. That's like you're in the same school at the same time. Like, that's like a little, sure, technically that's like statutory rape, but it's also you're at school at the same time. It's like a senior and a sophomore. You know what I mean? I think
you're living the same life, you know.
Yes.
Once if you're off at college and someone, but I'll let you finish your point. But that's the problem here, is that these girls are not normal. You know, the Kardashian girls are not your average 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. Neither is Millie Bobbie Brown. Neither are these singers. So it's like, yeah, I'm not just going to high school. I'm not just at my locker during fucking fourth period. I'm a superstar and I'm living a very adult life. So yeah, I'm going to date an older guy. And in their minds, they think it's okay. And you're probably still a young girl, like, developing and learning. And so it's not okay.
I also think too, it's like they just are, they're growing up too fast. Like it's like a little too much. But with this guy Hunter, apparently for like 8 months, I assume during COVID, they didn't really, he might've said it on his stream, I'm not sure. He was living with Millie Bobbie Brown and her parents. So they did know and like approve seemingly of the relationship. And what I can gather from it is that, like, because she's like, has grown up quickly and she's mature for her age and whatever, I assume her parents probably like trust her to be careful and be safe, and they're not trying to like stifle her sexually and whatever. The problem here is this asshole is a lot older than her, is way more experienced, and now he's mouthing off on an Instagram live about this young girl's sexual encounters that he has had with her. Like that's fucking crazy. Don't be bragging about the blowjobs you're getting from a 16-year-old when you're 20 years old, psychopath. What the fuck is your problem?
Right. Like, not only forget about how creepy that is. Like, you're just a fucking moron. You can, that tells you how warped that dude is if he's willing to like put that out. Again, he was like super fucked up. I wonder if he woke up the next day.
Still, don't even get on there if you're fucked up like that. Like, I get everybody fucks up when you're young, you're stupid, whatever. People do dumb shit like that. And to be honest, I literally thank God every single day that Instagram Live and mostly Instagram didn't exist when I was that age. Like, holy shit, if I was 18 years old and Instagram Live was a thing, fucking forget it. Like, literally forget it. But still, you can't be saying that shit, especially like this NDA stuff. Like, I'm not, I don't know the details of all that, but I'm sure this is some kind of problem with that. But again, if you're going to say that you are mature enough to handle a relationship on either side, like if she's 16 and she's mature enough to handle this relationship with a 20-year-old, he's 20 years old and he's mature enough to respect the fact that this girl is younger than him and respect her privacy and her, like, just, I want to say, like, sexual prowess. Like, what is the word to even say about a 16-year-old's sexual acts? Like,
that was what was weird too.
Claim that you're mature enough. You cannot be saying shit like this.
Yeah. Like there was, I think it was his ex-girlfriend was also talking. There's like voice memos that she was airing them out, and she was saying how Millie Bobbie Brown was sexually experienced. I'm like, why does anybody know about the experience of a 16-year-old girl? And I know she's not a normal one, but like, why do you guys know the details and why are you talking about them? And like, how could you, I guess, we see it all the time where like celebrity couples like never work out. You would think that you'd be like so extra careful to be like, if I'm going to date someone formally, they have to be like, they don't want any clout. They're never going to like spill details, even if things go south, blah, blah, blah. But we see time and time again, people pick, people who out them, people who start drama, and of course, if you're 16, you think you've made the right decision and you haven't. That's like, when you're 16, you make bad decisions. You date the wrong people. You fuck the wrong people. You go out, you do things you shouldn't. but it's like, you know, everybody else gets in trouble with the principal. Millie Bobby Brown gets
thing.
put on
Yeah.
blast to the whole
It's not
world.
national. It's not national fucking news. The sex you had, the blowjob you gave, all that stuff is. It's not just gossip in the hallway. It's literally on the Daily Mail. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
I mean,
And that to me feels gross. Like it's one thing. Like I think back to high school when there'd be parties when we were sophomores, juniors, 16, 17, parties all the time. We'd come in Monday, couldn't wait to hear about who fucked who hooked up with who. Everybody was talking about it. It was fine because we were all the same age, and that's all we wanted to talk about. That's all we cared about. That was all. Who's
and it
getting
stayed
drunk,
in your
who's
little
fucking.
like fucking
Right.
hallway at school.
That's our lives. That's our lives. So I get how like this kid Hunter is like, you know, debriefing with his friends. We all do that, but you can't be debriefing with your friends and going on Instagram fucking live about a 16-year-old.
Honestly, I don't think you can debrief with your friends if you date Millie Bobby Brown.
That's
like,
honestly fair. Honestly
you know,
fair
like even that is probably like you shouldn't, and you certainly can't do it on fucking Instagram.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna send you this too, so you can include this. I gotta find it again. But somebody took an excerpt from his live. I'm gonna send it to you right now, so I don't forget. From his live, and one of the people asking questions. One of the things was like, oh, you were grooming her or whatever, and he was like, oh, I was grooming her. Yeah, I groomed her. Like that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You don't make it like, okay, I get that you're like trying to make light of it. You don't make light of it when you are the age that people groom younger people. Like you are the textbook grooming someone. That is like you clearly are too stupid to understand that.
I think what
you are too stupid, but
the grooming has become this buzzword that like everybody's starting to learn and understand. And I don't think what people realize, like I don't think guys even realize if they're doing it. You know, it's like
I don't think girls do either. I don't think. But I feel like it's more. I feel like men do it more often than women. But
there's always a power dynamic. It's like, you know, the idea is a girl feels pressured, a girl is nervous, and like that just doesn't as often happen the other way around. It certainly can happen, but it's much more stereotypically like a bigger, older, stronger, more experienced male and he thinks he's just being, you know, himself, or, hey, yeah, she's younger, but like what, she's mature. We're in a relationship. It's all good. And you don't realize what you're doing is actually like manipulative. He was like, I'm the one being manipulated. It's like, dude, I mean, what are you trying to play here? Like
the fuck out of here. It's like you're technically the adult in the situation.
Right.
I don't care how. Here's something that I'll say. When I was 16 years old, there was no chance that I was being manipulated by anybody. That's true, because I wanted to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. But if anybody even pushed even slightly, like blew me in the right direction, that was it. I was there. So if you gave me attention and was like any kind of sexual attention, blowing you, like forget it. Like, that's it. Because that's how you act at that age. Some people, a lot of other people that are like me will act that way, where it's like all you need is that sliver of this is fine, and then you're full speed ahead. You know what I mean?
Especially and so Millie Bobby Brown probably doesn't go to a normal school. She probably doesn't have normal friends. She certainly can't go out on fucking dates to go to like the movies and go get ice cream and the shit that you're supposed to do when you're 14, 15, 16. She's living a professional life around adults, probably thinks of herself as that, wants an older man, finds an older man. He says all the right things. She thinks she's in a healthy relationship. Clearly she's not. And like, you can't blame her really. Like her parents, like what are her parents doing? But I don't know. It's also weird I'm trying to think of, there was somebody I've heard on a podcast before or about on a podcast where they were like a child star who was making all the money and was like, my parents couldn't tell me shit because they were, you know, like whenever something went down, they'd be like, oh yeah, well, I pay the mortgage. So fuck off, you know? And so it creates a weird power dynamic where, you know, the kids are like probably calling the shots. It takes like, you know, you look at Britney Spears and you look at Amanda Bynes, you look at all these girls who get caught up, and it probably takes a weird, like a all-star parent who can be like very assertive without being like abusive and being like, I don't give a fuck who you are, how much money you make. You're still just going to like live like a normal kid because I'm not letting you get, you know, statutorily raped by this guy. I'm not letting you get assaulted or not letting you go viral or whatever. I don't know how, like, it's the crazy normal kid.
Right. The parents have to, whatever they're doing, their priority has to always be, even when they start getting like, if it's child star, they start getting famous. I feel like the thing they probably have to focus on most is making sure this kid remains respectful to them, because that's all they have left is respect.
Right.
Like the money thing, they can't really hold anything over them. They can leave them high and dry if they want to. They can cut them out of their lives if they want to, but as long as they respect them, then it's probably fine. And what I think, based on this story and based on like the stories I've heard of Millie Bobby Brown in the past, I really think that she respects the shit out of her parents. I think they respect her equally, treat her like an adult, and trust her to like make these right decisions. And I think that unfortunately, because she's a kid, she like gets a little bit wrapped up in these assholes like Hunter. I mean, this kid is such a douchebag.
He sucks. I mean, he is such a Hunter.
Bad. Listening to him on that thing, I'm like, it sucks so bad. But let me ask you this, Kevin. A lot of people are saying like, oh, butt out, it's not our business, they were in love, whatever. Like people, like it's not 50-50, people aren't saying that, but there are some people saying like, it's not our business, we don't know what's going on, who are we to say?
I think that about two consenting adults, I always say, mind your business, because I mean, I have my own real life experience where like people have told someone, you know, hey, this is going on in your relationship. Like, I just feel like you should know. And they were kind of like, I know, and shut the fuck up, you know, because it's like, you know, now it's awkward because now I know that you like think some way about it, you know, when it was just behind closed doors and I was just willing to accept certain things or allow certain things to happen because that's my choice. Now it's all fucked up. And you really don't know, you know, sometimes things look one way. And if you knew all the details, they're a whole other way. So usually I'm about that, where it's like, just leave people alone. The X factor is when it's a child, when it's a minor. But then the double X factor here is I'm sure there are some people saying this is not your average minor. This is not a girl who is going to have normal relationships. But I don't think that should be like, you just throw your hands up and let it happen because Millie Bobby Brown is famous, because this is the bad shit that can still happen. It's like, yeah, your paycheck is huge and your profile is huge and all that, but like your heart and your head and all that are still just a 16-year-old girl, and you're probably even more fucked up. If I could like snap my fingers and be like, Shay gets to be a pop star and is going to be wealthy beyond her wildest imagination and set for life and never want for anything, I would absolutely say no. Like I don't care how much money she's going to make, how much she would like, I love this music career and I can't believe none of that. I want nothing to do with a famous child.
No way.
I mean, how many are successful? How many are normal? That's why I always shout out Justin Timberlake. He's the only guy in my mind. He's never had anything except for that one time he was like holding hands or whatever with that one chick.
That was more of like a cheating thing.
Never had a scandal. No. Never, you know, that we know of. No drugs, no arrests, no nothing. Just has a famous wife, but they just seem to have a normal family. It's like, and that's the
only time Justin Timberlake ever got in any kind of, when he started getting a little bit in hot water, was how he like let the media push him around with the Britney Spears thing. Like that was it. He kind of was like butthurt about his breakup and but that's like, really speaking, not too bad. Same with like Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling also hand in hand with him, child star. Same situation.
That's, you know, and certainly all the girls seem to be like, you know, disaster situation.
I honestly think it gets like you hear about like drug addictions type stories. I feel more with like male child stars. With female child stars, I feel like it's so much of a long term. It's always like there's like sexual stuff involved. There's like older people taking advantage. Like it just seems like little girls get pushed around more.
Oh, and absolutely, yeah.
I just remembered this too. And this is something I've actually been thinking about for a little while, because Drake to me is a little sus sometimes. Like I feel that
happened a few years ago, right? Where he was
Millie Bobby Brown when she was
13.
They were like texting and I don't think that is necessarily creepy. I do think it's a little strange. But again, like, you know, we don't know the dynamic. We don't know the relationship. Like, I don't know, but it is a little weird for like a 13-year-old and Drake to be texting. But I feel like he's so weird. And he's always kind of like, he's always doing that though. Like he's always friends with like
that's strange too. And I know this is a whole world that we can't even understand, but like I take steps to be like, I don't ever want to even be like left alone in a studio with one of the interns. I don't like to go to the Barstool happy hours because I don't like to be around people when they're drunk and they're young, and I don't want to have a picture taken where I'm standing next to. I think that way, and I'm a nobody. And like these people who should be like so aware of what they're doing are like, yeah, let me text a 13-year-old. That won't be a big deal. Like,
It's just
doesn't mean that you're gonna fuck her or rape her, but it's like
right.
your spider sense didn't go off to be like, oh shit, this is gonna be viewed the wrong way.
Yeah, like people aren't gonna think this is like a cute thing. Like I think people thought it was cute that they were besties for like an hour, and then they were like, wait a minute, why is Drake like texting a 13-year-old? Like why are they talking? Like it'd be one thing if they met at an event and there's a bunch of people around and they're like friendly, but to be like one-on-one texting, I think is strange. But I feel like Drake kind of does that. Like he's like he likes to view himself as from the outside. It seems like Drake loves to view himself as like a mentor type guy.
Yeah, big
I
brother.
think that's how he thinks he is.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people do that. Like a lot of people, they like want to be mentors, but you know what? Mentor also can like slide right into, not saying this about Drake, but mentor sometimes means like grooming, low-key.
Right.
Like men don't, and women too, but men mostly don't totally get that or don't see that. And I think that happens a lot with child stars, with these older guys that, oh, let me take you on, like Drake Bell. Same thing happened to Drake Bell. He was like, oh, I'm just like taking them under the wing. I'm doing whatever. Drake Bell, like I don't know if he like went to jail for it, but he definitely got in trouble. Yeah. And somebody like literally last week got in trouble for Corey in the House, Kyle Massey. Kyle Massey, same thing. Child star, That's So Raven's younger brother, Corey in the House, Disney Channel, whole fucking thing. Same thing, like, texting young girls, like a little bit sexually explicit, but not like so over the line where it was like, what the fuck? But it kind of started out as like, this is like, he'll help me out, he'll do whatever. And that turns into some bad shit.
And even if it's like, maybe it's not like malicious, but like you fall for them or you start to have feelings for them. And it's like, just don't put yourself in any position where anything can happen with an underage person. It's like, just don't be associated with them at all.
Young kids. And I don't know if you like feel this way. I feel like I remember feeling this way. Like anybody that gave me the time of day when I was younger, I felt so special. Like, oh my God, I'm just a kid and this person's giving me attention.
Of course, when you're like a 6th grader and the 8th graders want to hang out with you at recess, you get invited to the party. Yes.
Right. Yes. Nothing is cooler than that. And it's like,
and that doesn't matter if you're a normal high school kid or a Hollywood superstar. It's the same shit.
Of course. I mean, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy.
A nightmare.
I don't really know what else to say about our girl Millie Bobbie Brown. I think it fucking sucks that she keeps getting dragged into conversation like this. I don't think that she deserves that. I think that this guy Hunter is a total dickhead completely, and I think he and his friends should be ashamed of himself. I
haven't seen a villain like this. I mean, this guy is
it is so fucked up. It's so fucked up. And you're right about her being like America's sweetheart. Like it sucks that we viewed her as that, as like the little kid in Stranger Things, and now all of a sudden she's like a grown woman looking pretty, wanting to like be a girly girl and like live her life as like a hot teen, and she just. It
was like that with Dakota Fanning and then Maisie Williams playing Arya in Game of Thrones, because I feel like these girls don't like, when you're a fucking teenage girl, the last thing you want to hear is that everybody just thinks you're cute and that you're like everybody's little sister and you're America's sweetheart and you're like going through puberty and you want to hook up with boys and you're like, no, I'm a bad bitch. And then you rebel or you do something stupid, and it's like, and when you have all the money in the world and all the connections in the world and you don't have parents to stop it, it's like, of course, this is all going to go wrong. I have no idea how I would navigate it as a parent. Like, I don't know what kind of checks and balances you can set up to initially stop it. That's why I just be like, no. I could get a record deal tomorrow. I'd be like, you're not doing it. You're not signing it. You're just not going to live this life.
Not happening. The number one prime example of this is Miley Cyrus. Like she was a Disney Channel star. She was Hannah Montana. And then one day she was like, nope, not anymore. And she came out with Can't Be Tamed. And she pole danced inside of a cage wearing nothing but feathers. So
and then she like, I feel like she came out the other side of it now, but it took her like 15 years, where it's like
a long fucking time to do that. Like she came through, she like rebelled, she did all that shit. She made like an amazing album. She made a whole new reputation for herself. And then she reeled it back in, being like, all right, I got that out of my system. That was my like teeny bopper phase where I was like, wanted to look hot and wanted to be taken as like a hot girl. Now I'm going to reel it back in. And now I'm down to my roots, being musical and whatever. And I think you're right. She's one of the few that like makes it out to the other side and relatively unscathed, relatively.
It's fucked. Let me ask you this before we go. Is there any truth to the Britney Spears like Avengers team of Mariah Carey and Christina Aguilera and all the pop stars getting together to help Britney Spears. I feel like that was mentioned and rumored, but then no legitimate outlets talked about it. None of the reliable gossip sites talked about it. So I feel like it wasn't true, but why don't they do it?
I'll be honest. I also I heard whispers of it, and I kept thinking to myself that I thought it was weird that a lot of them hadn't said anything. But then I started seeing I forget who it is I saw. Another
Miley speaks up.
Miley's always speaking up. Yeah. But there was someone else too who surprised me by talking. I can't honestly, I can't think of it. But no, I haven't seen anything really about Christina.
And what was weird was one outlet would report that it was Mariah, Christina, Demi Lovato, and Miley, and the other one reported it was Mariah, Kim Kardashian. They were mixing and matching the names. There was no set names. And then I also heard that Kim, because my first thought when all this was happening was Kim Kardashian wants to be taken seriously as a lawyer. Go fucking do it. But then I saw a tweet saying that her management is involved in the Britney Spears conservatorship. So she's not going to speak up on it.
Too many with that kind of shit. I feel like there's too many hands in the cookie jar over there. And it's the same thing with that happened to Taylor Swift when Taylor Swift got fucked by Scooter Braun. Justin Bieber didn't say shit. Ariana Grande didn't say shit. All these people should have said shit that she was close with. Didn't say anything.
Sorry, I'm not going to fuck up mine.
Right. They can't bite the hand that feeds them, which I understand. But a certain
but now it's
so fucking rich.
Yeah. You're so rich, and whatever negative impact that move has, the positive publicity you'll get and stardom and all that shit will be well worth it. So
worth it. But no, I don't know. I would love to see, out of all those people you just listed, I would love to see Christina Aguilera say something, only because Christina and Britney were pitched against each other nonstop.
They never had a shot. They could never been friends.
They could never have been friends. And it sucked because Christina was the sexy one. Britney was the cute girl from next door who's kind of hot. And then Britney kind of changed her image. And then Christina got really serious about her voice. She didn't want to be the hot girl in dirty. You know what I mean? She wanted to be, she's has the best voice I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And now she's doing that shit. And I think that that they were definitely set up to fail, that just from the beginning, just being around the same time, same age, whatever. But if she were to say something when I was younger, you couldn't be a fan of both, but I was a fan of both, a fan. And I feel if she were to say something, it would bring light to how serious it is, how ridiculous that was at the time for them to be pitched against each other, and how serious this is now. That's so serious that Christina Aguilera comes out of the woodwork hey, I was told to hate this bitch my entire life, and I'm here being free her, let's hang out, where the hell is she? You know what I mean?
It's weird though that people aren't speaking up, because it's well, then is there a reason, or are they enemies or whatever? Because it's
I honestly think people probably worry about the legality of it. I feel after Britney, after the audio of her pleading her case, I feel now finally people are yes, obviously we heard it out of her mouth. Before that, I felt a lot of it was hearsay and through documents.
But even that, I don't know. It's just if it was me and I had some connection or some friendship and something like that was going on, I think I would speak up. I don't know. Even my lawyers. My nose would be so deep in that bullshit, you have no idea. I would be okay, I'm who can we talk about? Who are we fighting today? I'm showing up. I don't care what the fuck is going on. Why don't you go free Britney, Kelly? Go to the courthouse and fucking march.
I thought you would. I keep track of it. I keep track of it all the time. I watch the live streams. There's a free Britney Instagram account that always live streams everybody from outside the courthouse. It's so interesting. This whole thing is unbelievable. I can't believe I feel lucky that it's happening in our lifetime. I feel, you know what I mean? This is fucking crazy. It's so true. It's so insane and it's so awful, but I'm thrilled that this is happening right now.
If and when Britney Spears gets out, it will be the next where were you when moment. I will remember that fucking forever.
Absolutely. And it's cool too, because we're all the age of we grew up with her, we were such fans of her, and now we're we're not so old that it's shut up, old man. It's we are the people running the shit right now. So we're you know what I mean? People want to hear what's going on. At least that's how I see it. and when she is freed, I'll call you up and we'll do a podcast in 7 minutes. Fantastic. Love to hear. Yeah, I love to hear that. I'll say yes. I'll say give me 20 and we'll be good.
All right, go follow Kelly at Kelly Keegs. Catch her on Because We Got High. You got The Bachelor after shows, Cutting Stems, Cutting Roses. So go follow your girl for all your gossip needs. Talk to you, Kelly.
Bye. Mwah.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure that you click that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and leave a comment below. I'll chop it up with you in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about today's episode, as well as what you want to hear in the future.